Hello again, it's Noob, and wow, we have a lock to reassemble today. I'm not looking forward to this whatsoever. We have a little Assa Abloy Litto, and it's got these little chambers in here, and those chambers do a couple of things. They are the position for the passive key control pin, and that happens to go, although it probably could go anywhere, into position 1. Then we've got some other cuts in here. You can see that there is a gap there and a gap there, and no gap in position 3. So if I take the key out, you'll see that that aligns like this. Why is there no gap or cut on position 3? Well, that's where you have another little pin pop up, which is this one. And this doesn't have a little bobble on the head like, pull that up like that, you see, get that out of position. That passive key control pin there has a little bobble on its head to stick into the keyway to stop the wrong key from being inserted and working, even if it had the correct fitting. Yeah, so that would pop up, but if you notice that when the whole key's in properly, that sits in perfectly. So that's one thing to consider. Now, we've also got to put the key pins in here like this, and there are some master wafers to consider. I'm hoping that they are all on the I was going to say driver pin side, but they're not, because that's needed there, that's needed there, so I can get rid of that one, don't need that, and 2 here, 1, 2. Okay, so we can get rid of one of those master wafers, don't need it. Okay, I'm going to pop this over here like that. Now, the worst part of this is going to be, I've lined this up, I don't know whether you can see, I'm just going to try and get the light in. There is, around here somewhere, where is it? Yeah, there is a small gap where I've got to get in there, probably can't see it, I've got to get into that small gap which aligns with this, a small spring, the teeniest tiny spring in the world, this, and put this little cap on it. Now, I might have to employ a vice to hold the lock sideways or something while I do this, because otherwise I have no idea how I would do it. So let's try that. Oh yeah, that could work. Bring this down a little bit, keep it flat. I might need to get off my chair and onto my knees to do this and get some light in there. This is going to be awful, so bear with me. Going to put some focus on there if I can. Okay, no, come on. I want to put some fixed focus on here, but it's just not doing it for some reason. Okay, doesn't want to, but we'll cope. Okay, so put the tiny spring in like that. And did that go in, or did that just go away? No, it's in. I just need some more lighting in there. Oh yeah, that's better. And I need this which is doing, see there? Probably not in focus for you now, but it's a little cap. It's hollow. Let me just tap on my hand. You might be able to see it better. Hollow. So you need to invert this like that. Grab it and try to sit it on top of that little spring. Come on. Got it. Right. Got it. So, I think we've got all the key pins in there. Sorry, all the drive pins in there. And I've now got that side pin in. So, what I need to do is put that shoe on here like that. And now is the issue of how on earth do I pull this out now, and for that side pin to stay in there. because when I pull that out, it's going to completely mess up, isn't it? So I can't put the... Oh, how on earth do I do that? This is why I need those segmented followers to work, isn't it? Okay, so my answer is to make some very rough followers out of some 1/4 inch or 12.5mm PTFE that I had lying around. Really not particularly great work, but I think it should work. Now I just need another key to insert this side, and gently turn that and push that in a bit like this. Now we should be able to put these temporary, rather ugly followers into the back like this and hope for the best. There we go. Oh. Right. We will overcome these problems. We will. It will be great at the end. There we go. So, okay. So the trick is now is to somehow work this forwards as I push that pin into position. And this is always a hard bit with these segmented followers. You feel like you need about 20 fingers. The first one always the hardest as well. Got it, got it, got it, got it. And push it a little bit forwards. Oh, got it, right. Now it's in. We need to move it up to the next position and do the same thing and keep repeating it until we get to the point where we got to balance that little check pin or trap pin and the other pin, and that's going to be a pain because one of them's got to go in first. Okay. Okay. Good. Now we're getting to the point where it's trap pin time. And I'll need another segmented follower. Try to find the least worst one, then they're a bit wonky. And try to hold it in place. Easy said and done. Just going to basically push them up and then back. Okay, now I've got to do the little spring thing. And that sits in there, and the little cap thing. I really hope this works because cannot be bothered to do this again. Which we got on there. Can you see it? Probably. Okay, we got that in. Now I've got to do the whole, how on earth do I push these down? We got it. You can just make out the head of it just there. Sorry I didn't put it on camera, but it was wildly infuriating, and I thought I'd probably throw the whole lock through the window, so I thought I'd just calm down and just do it off camera and see how it went there. So now put in this standard pin. Still not easy because we still need to sort of push these followers up, which we got like that. Quick, on to the next one. There, got it. Right. And then this one, can't believe I had to. It's basically midnight in the UK, and I was downstairs with a terrible saw, which was completely not the right one for the job, trying to make some temporary followers like this. Things we do in this line of hobby, I don't know. Alright, try that way up. Dedication to the cause. Try and push this in. There we go, got it. Right, this isn't over yet. We've still got to try to push this all back through once we're done and make it all come together and work. So if only Assa had just made the gap 10mm like every other lock, that'd have been brilliant. But no, couldn't do that, could you? Right, there, good. Right, now just need to make sure that we've got everything this side all right. This can go wrong too, because there is a wafer just there, and that needs to go on here, otherwise the whole lock won't work with the key. And we've got to get the passive key control pin and the driver pin for the thing just right, and we've got to try to insert this I think this way, which should be okay for that, that and that, so I'll just make sure. And then we've got to keep the pressure on as we push this through and hope we don't get caught up on any trap pins as we go through. Drop that out, drop it out, drop it out. You've got no idea how much I hate segmented followers. Well, actually you might have an idea now because of this video. Drop it out, come on. You need to keep this as tight as you can, seriously. Because you don't want any gaps as you're pushing this through. Like this. And now we're at the other side. Right. It isn't over. It isn't over. Because we've got to now just move that back, drop that down, move this in, and that pin, the key pin might come out, but we'll keep it on top. Like that. Then we've got to put this in that side, which is a bit of a spacer, and that drops down. Just a big lump of steel, really. Doesn't really just, there we go, like that. Then we've got to get this in, and I always get this wrong, but we'll try our best. Essentially, this whole thing has to go in one side. You see, it's just a little bit too big, so you've got to sort of drop it in, like, keep that pin up there. I can probably move it a little bit further down, not too much, like that, and then drop this in sideways and then turn it like that and drop it down, and then try to figure out the rotation so this whole thing is correct. So these are going to turn that way, which means that at the moment it's there. If I turn it over there, so I think I need to turn this the other way around, because they're not equal sided. I'm probably going to get this the wrong way around, so like that. Drop that in, and then pop that in there, like that. Then push this back up into this little cam, like that, in the center. And then push this side in as well, like that, and then we should have it so that at some position I can take one key out, which is here, like that, and then that key will be able to come out this side, and then I think we might have this back together, which means I just need to then find this little E-clips, which of course one has gone missing, and pop one here. Oh, that's hard. Oh, I've got the other E-clip just there, I found it. Of course it's just hidden in a really awkward position, but I have found it nonetheless. Come here, just flick that out, okay. And then these are really hard to put on, so we might just have to try to snap that on. And then where's the other one? Snap that on. Remember, we've removed one of the master wafers from one side, should make it slightly better. There we go. And if that's not 100% right, then what we can do is we can push that round. But for now, Actually, let's take that off. I'll put it on properly. Gonna do it right. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Now that should be correct. And if that does work, that means that this works that side, and it works that side too. So there we go. That was absolutely horrible, and I did not enjoy any of that, I have to say. But I hope that we all learned something from it, in that if you don't have the right size segmented follower, then you're going to have to do something very clever with some aluminium rod, brass rod, PTFE rod, whatever you have to spare, to make yourself a set of temporary ones. Well, look, if you stayed all the way to the end of that, then much respect. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment below if you would have done something differently. But yeah, it's always hard when you're trying to reconstruct a lock and it just all goes a bit wrong. Well, hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you all next time.